Good morning. This is Faith and her crafty ideas. And if you're returning to watch, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And if this is your first time to stop by, I hope that you enjoy what you see. And as I share some of my cross stitching with you and my other crafts that I do, and a little bit of my life update is thrown in, and I hope you'll hit the like button and hit the little bell so that you'll know when another video shows up. And I appreciate all of you that watch me, and some of you leave comments, and I appreciate that so much. I enjoy that. And hopefully you'll stick around and see what I've been up to in the last month. But anyways, I love to share with you, and I hope it'll inspire you a little bit for what you that maybe you'll do some type of craft. I know some people like to crochet or knit. I can't do either one of those. I tried to crochet one time, and my mother said, find another craft. So I did. And so I know other people do those, and I just think they're beautiful when people can crochet and knit. But that's not my alley. This is what I like to do, is cross stitch. And I do some embroidering and quilting. I like to quilt. And so those are my, and card making. Those are my main things that I like to do. But anyways, let's get started. I hope you had a wonderful July 4th and the whole month of July. I hope it was wonderful and wasn't too hot. I can't believe it's almost August already. We've had, well, we did have a lot of rain, but I don't think it's rained since July 9th. I believe that was the last time we've had rain. I hope it rains again before 8 months. That's how long we did not have rain, like for 8 months, and then we had a lot of rain. So hopefully it doesn't last that long again before we get another rain. But anyways, the farmers around here have got all their wheat in. The ones that wanted to do hay, they've got that done. So now they're planting their winter things, which is cotton and soybeans and stuff like that. So the farming is going on. Anyways, and the irrigation is up and moving. So anyways, the last video I did was June 10th, I believe. So it's been over a month. I try so hard to do every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks at the most, but it just doesn't seem possible that I can get it in like that. So once a month is the best you're going to get out of me, I guess. Maybe that's all you want. I don't know. But anyways, so let's see what I've been up to. Let's see. I had told you how I went to the city and went to a sit and stitch. Well, I got to do that again in the month of June after my last video. So I got to do that twice now. In July, I did not get to go because we were gone. And August, I don't know if I'll get to go to the one in August or not. Just depends how it falls. We had vacation, VBS, Vacation Bible School at our church, and I taught the pre-K. I had 11 little darlings. Came home every night, wore out. Reminded me of teaching preschool, but I had so much fun. Our Bible school was on the topic of Noah, and we just had a lot of fun doing that. So I did that for a week, and then last week we went camping with our boys, and we had a lot of fun with them. We spent one day out on the lake. We took a boat out, and Michael had done some skiing several years ago. I'll just leave it at that. And so both boys wanted to learn how to ski, and they worked at it, took some falls, but they both made it. They both skied. So it turned out to be an awesome day, and it was beautiful out there on the lake. It was just beautiful. So they both did that. And so have nothing really until in August. My sister and brother-in-law are going to come to visit for a week, and I'm all excited about that. And also in August, we have our Hydro Free Fair. So looking forward to that. So those are just a couple things in August. So I think that's my life update. Can't think of anything else that I might be missing that you might be interested in. But anyways, here goes. Time to show you what I've been working on. First of all, I'm going to show you my fully finished. The last time I couldn't show you any of my fully finishes because they were with my friend who does them for me. So now I'm going to show you some of my fully finishes. And anyways, the first one is my Sal. I started this in 2020 and I finished it in 2020 and I finished it in 22. And, but she just put it on a board for me. I just think it is beautiful the way she finished it. I love it. I love it. So it'll go on the wall behind me. It'll get hung up back there on my wall behind me. If you see the other ones back there. So hopefully that eventually that wall will get done. And then I'm going to do this other one first. As you know, I'm doing the cottages and I'm way behind. So these will be ready for next year. Oh, gracious. I'm going to have to work on this. She got my April cottage. I've got it all done, and it's where I can put it on my board. So that's ready to go for next year. So that one is done. And that one's a fully finished. And then, if you've ever seen people have on their counters a tray or something on their counters that they can put like their salt and pepper and sugar and creamer and that kind of stuff. Well, I have two of them. One somebody made for my mother many years ago, and it's in a square kind of tray, but the cross-stitched piece itself was circular and it was snowmen. So I could use that in the winter. That worked wonderful. Then I found another tray that I could put out there in its place over Christmas. That's the only two I had, and I loved them. Well, I was trying to think, what can I do? Well, I cross-stitched two pieces, and I bought this tray. It was just an empty tray, didn't have any glass or anything in it. And I cross-stitched this piece, which is called Serendipity, if you remember me doing it. And then I had somebody to cut me a piece of plexiglass. So I put that in there. Sorry, holding it up, it moves, so it's crooked. And so I can take out the plexiglass when I want to, and I can lay that on my counter, and I can put my salt and pepper and whatever, toothpicks and sugar and whatever, and I can have that sitting on my counter beside my stove. So I can have that up year-round if I wanted to. Well, then, if you remember, I did that, and that was called my Serendipity. Well, then I have another one that I can put in there, put my glass back in there, and come fall, Halloween, I can put my bats and boos in there. So I've got some done. So I'm trying to keep my eyes open for other pieces that I can put in there. I'd like to have a spring one, an Easter one. So I'm trying to keep my eyes open for something I can do in there for that. So I've got a little bit more, so I can switch it out now 4 times a year. But I just thought that was such a cute idea. So, excuse me. So those are my fully finished projects. Now, my finished projects, oh, I'm wiggling, sorry. My finished projects, which are in, well, take to give to Beth and eventually, is I got my May cottage done. So I've got that done. So I'll give that to her eventually. And this could be one I could put in there, but I don't think so. I'd like to put this on something else. I got my Stitching with Friends. The only thing better than stitching is stitching with friends. So I got that finished. So I'd like to find wish I could find a silhouette of a house or something like that to put that on. So I've got to look for something for that one. So anyways, those are my 2 finishes that I've got so far for her. So anyways, she's expecting to be a grandma sometime here in the very near future, so I don't want to give her anything else to do. So anyways, now let's look at my whips. But before I do that, let me show you my calendar. There's my June calendar. Everything that I've worked on in June. And, the rest of June. And then here's my July calendar. I've worked on something every day in July. And I've got, for the last couple days here in July, I've got my plans. And my WhipGo board. So I've almost got, after August, I'll have a bingo going this way. And I've already got one going this way. I've got a bingo going that way. So I've got one WhipGo, not bingo, WhipGo. So I've done that. So, and whenever something is called on my board, I work on it 6 days. Now, somebody had asked me, what do I consider a day? I consider a day if I work on it for at least, I try to work on it for at least an hour. And so most days I can, in the evenings, that's when I sit down and work on my things. So in the evenings, I usually can work on things 3 hours, usually. But if it only comes up that it's an hour, it's a day. So that's my goal. Usually I can work on them after supper, and I usually can get 2 to 3 hours in on a project. So I'm not one of these that works till 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't do that. So anyways, now let's look at my projects. Let's look at my whips. Let's see, and I work 2 to 3 days on each one of these, usually 2 days. Sometimes I'll put in 3, but usually 2 days. So the first one is my Virtuous the Virtuous Woman. That's what it will look like when it's done. And I got to work on this at the end of June, and I worked on it in July. So this is 2 days worth of work. 2 times. So I got the top part basically done. And as I start really working regularly on it, I'd like to try to accomplish, like each time I work on it, to do one box. And try to do it that way. That will be my goal. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. But I just love the colors. I just think they're so vibrant and bright. Just love them. But that's my Virtuous Woman. And scoot my chair over here a little bit further. Okay, the Virtuous Woman. And the next one is my Praying Hands. That's what it will look like. Okay. And I've been working on that. And this is the only one I have in a stand. that's where I am on that. And I've really been concentrating on the Bible, working on the Bible. Trying to complete that. So that's where I am on that. And if I have any pictures for before, I will always put them in. I'm not pointing anywhere, but I will always put those in up in the corner somewhere. Have my husband to stick those in. Okay, let me put that one away. The next one is one I'm doing for my friend, who she had started making it for her husband, and she just can't do it anymore. So it's called Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. And she basically had everything basically done except for the hardest part, the eagle. So I'm working on the eagle. And here is where I'm at. Sorry, it's not ironed. So I'm finally getting down where I'm using a few other colors now. Got that wing done up there, and I'm coming down. So basically the way I like to do is start at the top and just work my way down. Take a color and use it for whatever I can do within reach. So that's where I am on that one. So I'm coming along on that one. Ooh, dear. Well, gracious sakes, can't get my bag zipped. There we go. The next one is my nativity. And in the month of August, this one will be a whip go. So it will get 6 days worked on it. So you'll see, after August, you'll see quite a bit of work on it. But this is my little nativity. Anything nativity, I'm a sucker for. So there's that. And I've got a stray thread. Here is where I'm at right now. Got quite a bit done on him. That's what I've been working on, is that shepherd. So, yeah, this one's on my whip go for the month of August. So I should get quite a bit done on that one come August. All right. Let's see. Next is, let's see, I just showed you my May cottage. I decided to skip June and July. Why? I don't know, but I thought, okay, let's go ahead and get August done. I'll go back and get June and July. Really won't matter because I'm not going to get to show them till next year anyways. But I worked on my Whipco board, I don't have like May cottage, June cottage, whatever. I just have cottage. So whatever cottage I'm working on, that's the cottage that gets 6 days worth of work. So I'm thinking it was in May or June 1, cottage came up for 6 days. So my May cottage, I finished it like in 1 day. I could finish it. And so I took the other 5 days and I started on my August cottage. So this is where I'm at on my August cottage. So they'll all get done. They will all get done eventually. no matter what. Okay, and then after my August cottage, I did get to work. This one I really want to get done. This is my oldest whip, and you've heard me say this how many times? My Country Bloomers. And all I really have left is from this pair of pants over. That's all I've got left is this little section right here. So I worked on it for 6 days, and I feel very good about what I got done. I'm going to start over here and show you the beginning. Whoops, oops, 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 sorry. That's all the way. And now, let me fold this back. And over here, this is where I'm at. I started at the bottom down there, and I did the flower pots. I'm working on them, and then I'm working my way up. Well, I am having a terrible time holding on to things today. So there we are. So if this would come up, and it is on my whip go for one more time, but I work on it every month. But if it'd come up on my whip go one more time, I think I could just about finish it off. And this will be, Beth does an awesome job with my finishes, but this one I will take to a framer and have it framed. So that one will go to a framer. So I have that one. Please go in. Thank you very much. And then after that one is my spring ABCs. And I worked on this 2 different times. One time it was a whip go, so I worked on it for 6 days. And one time it was I worked on it for just like 2 days or whatever. But here's what it will look like. And I want to eventually do, they have like a winter ABC, summer, and a fall ABCs. And I want to do them all so I can, again, interchange them out seasonally. That's what I like to do, is things that I can change in or out seasonally. And let me start at the top. I think I'm past the midpoint, or I'm right at the midpoint. K is your middle letter, I do believe, if I remember correctly. And there's where I'm at. I don't have the house finished, so that's where I'm at. So that's where I'm at on that one. And then zipper, there we go. My next one, and this is another one that they have all different kinds of tiny towns, and I want to do all of them so I can switch them in and out seasonally. And why I started with Valentine's, who knows? Who knows? But this is the big-hearted tiny town. So that's what it'll look like. And I'm just going to leave my material folded because this is all I have done anyways, is that much. But I'm halfway. I'm at the halfway point. Right here, I flipped over to the second part. But I think it's so cute. I think it's so cute. Can't wait. I think here's a picture of what the Christmas Tiny Town looks like. But I think the one I have next to do that I've already bought is the July 4th or Patriotic Tiny Town. I think that's the one I'll be doing next. So, but eventually, that's one of those that I want to do all of them so I can switch them in and out. So, okay, last one. This is my new one. As you know or don't know, every month I pick up one new project, a brand new one. And my new one for this month is this one right here. But I made one change on it. Of course, it'll say Slagle. And instead of house, it's going to say home. Slagle home. Okay. So that's what I'm working on. And with each of the letters, you know, as each of the letters, it's got a little motif that goes with each one of them and so forth. Well, I started on this 3 days ago. I did this one for 3 days because it was a new one and I had 3 days in there. And I said, I'm going to do this one for 3 days. So the first day I worked on it, and why I had in my little brain to do house, I had the U done, beautifully done, no problem. And then that night it hit me. No, it's supposed to be home. So I had to take everything out because the spacing would have been wrong. I had the U and the O, H-O-U-S-E. So I had to take both of them out and start over. So I started over, and I said I'm determined last night to get this much done so I could show you. So there's the O and the H, and with each letter they have a motif, and the O there, that's a box of oats for the letter O. So that's the O in the beginning of the H. So I'm tickled to death to get this one going and watching it progress. So that is my new one for the month of July. For the month of July. And that is all my whips. But I want to show you something. Look at my new project bag I made. I did make this. I didn't. You can get a whole kit of these. They're called zippy bags. And you can order them, I think. I'm not sure how many bags are in the kit. But you can get the zippers, and you can get, no, you don't get your lining or anything like that. But there's a YouTube video that explains how to do it and everything. And I made this one, and I think I did a pretty good job. I am not a good sewer. I will admit that. But there's my newest zippy bag. So I was quite pleased with that. So August. What am I going to do in August? Well, in August, I am going to continue working on my rotation. I have them all laid out. I laid them all out exactly what I wanted to do, and I stick with my plan pretty close. I know some people don't. They just do whatever they want to each day. I can't do that. I have to have my plan. I may change, you know, depending on if we're traveling or something, I may change a little bit, but I have to have my plans worked out. Continue working on my rotation and my WIPCO projects for the month of August when they pulled the numbers. Mine came out to work on my temperature chart, which I'll show you the next time because it needs a lot of work. It needs a good 6 days on it. And my little nativity, so I'll get that one. And my new start for the month of August will be this one. It's called my Christmas list, I believe is what you call it. Let me see. Yeah, my Christmas list. It's going to be another humdinger, but it's got a lot of words. And it says, if you can't read it, like the card says family visits, turkey dressing, woolen sweaters, Christmas blessing, flying reindeer, mistletoe, candles glowing, couldn't read it, hot cocoa, pies and cookies, Old Saint Nick, peace and goodwill, peppermint stick, wrapping presents, gingerbread, hang your stocking, time for bed, angels singing, Christ is born, gift for all on Christmas morn. So that's the one I'm going to be doing. And I've just ordered my material for it. Just ordered my material so I can get started on that in August. So that's the one, that'll be my new one in August. Now, as you know, I love to send out cards. I just love to do it. And I think it's letter writing and card sending. I think it's an art that's kind of been thrown off to the side. And basically because of the price of stamps. I understand that. But I just love to do it. So the 4 cards I'm going to show today, the first one is this one. It's Thinking of You. It's a very simple one. Very simple. It's probably one of the earlier cards that I made. That's why it's number 2. But I'm trying to... And since Thanksgiving really isn't that far away... I'll get it out of here in a minute. Thanks be to thee. That one there. And next one. After Thanksgiving, then we have Christmas. This is supposed to be the town of Bethlehem. It was a simple gift of love that changed the course of the world. Christmas blessing to you and yours is what it says on it. So that's one of my Christmas cards. And the last one is one of my manly cards. Is this one here. So, those are my cards. So, I want to thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. And I hope that you'll stick around for the reading. And if not, I hope you'll have a wonderful day all day long. And just know that you are loved. And that this day was made for you. And you are a very special person. But if you are, let's see what we can read today. It's called I'll start again. Gracious love. Generous, loving God, of all your gifts, your grace astonishes me the most. I can never tell you enough how grateful I am for this unearned forgiveness, this gratitude of love. It must seem sometimes as if I am throwing it back in your face. Forgive me for my many sins, Father. Let me remember this moment, Lord, The way it feels to ponder your unmerited favor and know that grace is mine. The fact I don't deserve it, can never deserve it, is what makes it so awesome. But don't let me use that as an excuse to stop trying. You deserve all my effort and more. The question for the day is, have you pondered lately the amazing grace of God toward you? You have a wonderful day and have it all day long. I'll see you the next time, whether it's in 2 weeks or a month. But you take care. Bye-bye.